So currently you are on the second part, which is the painting part of your self-portrait relief. You should have created some relief elements in cardboard and then painted a base coat. I happen to pick a green for my base coat, and all that does is kind of cover the cardboard and give you a nice base for your other paint colors. So I want to take at least three different paint colors and cover it because while green is my main color, I also want to make sure that it's super bright and super colorful, kind of like our inspiration, Sandra Silsber's wig. You'll find out that some of your paint is a little bit transparent, which means see-through. If you use a more opaque color, such as white, it will make it a little more solid. So that's what I did with that cheek there. I'm going in with the red as well. You do have to be careful not to add too much pink or it will change, or too much white, or it will essentially turn your red pink. You can, of course, do the whites of your eyes as well. And then you can do your lips as well. And then you want to start adding patterns. I want to see at least 5 different patterns on your work, and make sure that if you have a mess up area, like I started with that line in green, and I decided, you know what, I don't like that, so I'm just going to leave it sit. That's probably the best thing to do, is just let it sit and dry, because once it's dry, you can paint over it. While it's wet, you'll mix the colors, and then you're not going to like it even more. So sometimes it's just better to leave it be. So I started out with some polka dot patterns, and now I'm going to go in with some gradients. I want to see 3 gradients, and all the gradient means is that you're blending from one color to the next. So I add a little bit of black, got to do a little bit of white, and you always blend with your lighter color. So I'm blending the white into the black, and of course that creates a gray in between. Now it should look seamless. So that means if you do enough blending in between, it should look like it's going from one color to the next. In this case, I'm doing orange down to yellow on that cheek. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the eyelids, kind of blue on one side and green on the other, with that little blue-green in between. So I want to see some tertiary colors. Tertiary means those in-between colors, those blue-greens, those yellow oranges. So a couple of those color theory kind of things. So now I'm going to play with some different line work, maybe some scalloped lines. And if you don't, like I said, if you don't like an area, you can always paint over it the next time. Just kind of leave that alone. And then I'm going to go in with some more bold black outline once I've got some of my color in position. Sandra Silsberg did a lot of black outline, and when you paint next to your raised areas of cardboard, that makes a really nice curve or a nice line. I'm going to add a little more pattern and line work in here as well. So 5 different spaces of pattern, and then 3 different areas of gradient. I'm going to do a little dry brushing on the tongue. That essentially means that all I'm doing is I'm brushing very lightly, so that way it doesn't go down in those little grooves. It's just staying on the surface. I'm going to add a few more details, such as circles, and then perhaps I'll add some eyelashes just to give it a little more of a girly kind of look. And then, of course, a few more details as time goes on. And then I think I can be done with my Sandra Silsberg wig. The more patterns, the more colors you add, the more interesting it's going to look, and the wilder it's going to look. And she had some really wild self-portraits. So, and then you can always go back in with a little more of an outline kind of feel. So I'm going to do that a little more on the cheek. And then I will be done with my Sandra Silsberg wig. I think I'm going to add a little more of the blue over here in the corners here. And there she is.